This is called the flow of greatness. There's 14 crucial points. Calibrating where are you on any one of these. You're going to need, at some level, all 14 of these points in order to create your greatness. Visions. Whether this is I have a dream, maybe sets the top, knowing, towards and away, maybe knowing your ability to dissociate to the glass half full. There's a whole toolbox here on setting a vision for what your greatness looks like. There's a feeling to it. And if you're not good at feeling, or if you say, I want to be humble and I think it's arrogant to feel great, oh gosh, do we need to talk about that? You need to feel great. If you can't generate the feelings of greatness, it's going to be hard to maintain in a forever process. You might rise to occasion. Your child needs you. Something happens at work. You're about to get fired or you get promoted. You can race the engine, but to know on a very consistent basis what it feels like, and you are great. What does that mean? How do I do that? Why is great a feeling and a state that you're in? Understanding the law of attraction. Again, I'm not hung up on it as a New Age concept. I always disclose I believe in it at a 10, but I realize it not that it violates, it just doesn't use language that some people like to use. So whether you're more traditional or you're more conservative or you're more biblical or you're more quantum physics based, it doesn't matter. All the systems say the same things, and it's never the storm that's creating reality, it's the aftermath. And you want to own the aftermath to every storm. How you ask and unask for greatness, the fact that while data is real, it's software that is different, and we focus on the software. Data plays a smaller role, and the greater you are, the smaller the role is, because you are living large and the right data always comes to you. And because it's software, it now controls the meaning of the data. And you know how to frame, and then because old songs or obstacles or failures, you have to go back and reframe as part of your iteration process. Now that you're in new software, new meanings, new framing, you reframe, it actually is creating new data, which is in essence driving a new manifestation, a new intention, a new law of attraction, a new storm as well. It's real, but it is a new storm, which now leads you to actions that are commensurate with your greatness. Now, after that, you have in-flight corrections. After that, because storms will come along, bigger villains will try to drag you backwards. Sometimes it's your loved ones that are trying to drag you backwards. And what I think is really, really important, particularly in this social media frenzied world where, criminy people will, it's a keyboard. And I know you. I know your name. It's your profile. John Doe just said something hateful about a whole class of people, whether they're Republicans or Democrats or New Age or conservative or Christians or Muslims. When you hate a whole class of people, people are going to hate you. Haters will always hate. And sometimes the haters are those who love you, because they might be on the glass half full side, want you to avoid some massive disappointment. Oh, you drink the Kool-Aid, you're just going to have your spirit crushed. Don't buy this stuff. Sometimes it's more about their fears. They're going to have to get drugged along, and they're not ready to leave the place the two of you have been together. Sometimes it's your spouse. Sometimes it's someone really, really close that you care about. You know, now I said that's the 14. What percent live their life this way? You know, small, medium, or large. It's actually a trace. It's 1 to 3%. You know, 10% have everything, but they're not necessarily living in their greatness. They're in it towards pattern. They're matchers versus mismatchers. They're inside out, etc. You know, the tools line up, but the ask in this category, the greatest version of you, is incredibly big. And always remember that it's intensity and repetition over and over and over again. Repetition and intensity. And never forget that old you understands intensity and repetition. What do I do with this? Well, now you have to process it for truth. Do I believe in those 14 steps? Do I know what tools apply to all 14 steps? If I don't like some of the tools, if I don't like the law of attraction, what does that mean? What do I do? Trust me. Well, we have answers for you. I've been doing this a long time. I've seen a lot of different takes on this. Not everybody agrees with me. Not everybody agrees with what I present. But you're going to agree in your centric, inevitable you model. I'll find the right tool for you to go, oh, well, if it's that, I get that. So, and then now determine how, and then begin to practice over and over again. The vision, the feelings, the state, am I? What are we creating? Our manifestations and attractions, you know, our balance between asking and when we unask, or stop. Even when you stop asking, that now will turn rather rapidly to an unask. You know, because if you're not asking for anything, by law, you're asking for nothing. So when you stop asking, you know, data is real, software controls the meaning. You know, do I have the proper framing? Do I have the proper reframing? You know, and now as I begin to be this woman, to be this man, is it driving new? Are my actions now? Am I correcting now? And am I dealing with, you know, at a more epic level, challenges that come along? And I understand that there are going to be people that don't want to see me surge ahead, that are upset with me for being who I am. Again, and sometimes it's people that love you.